The rose bush that we took a cutting from is this rose bush here. But take a look at this stem, will you? Oh my goodness, that stem has to be, I don't know, 3.5 feet long. It is absolutely gorgeous. And this is also a floribunda. So it has many blooms that will come from one stem, a main rose, and then 5 or 6 or 7 surrounding it. So this, if it propagates properly, we have made another rose bush exactly like this. Hi, it's Grandma Roseanne, and we are going to do some roses, and we are going to create rose bushes. Now, if you didn't even know you could do that, you're going to be very, very excited, because propagating a rose bush is a very easy thing to do. If you go to your florist, you can spend anywhere from $29 to $129 for a nice rose. And we in our garden have got that kind of a spread. So what I wanted to do was to propagate some of those roses, and propagate simply means take a cutting and create a whole other bush from it. It's not a hard thing to do. You need just a few little steps and you've got it. The first thing you're going to want is your soil. And here I have soil, which I have a potting mix that I got just from the big box store. And I use 2 portions of potting mix to 1 portion of perlite. Now the reason you're doing that is the perlite is going to keep it, allowing more moisture to stay in that mixture. I have pre-soaked this and it is ready to go. Next thing you're going to want is a bottle. Now this is a 1 gallon bottle, and I want to use the 1 gallon because I'm going to do 2 cuttings in here. But you can use like a soda bottle, a 2-liter bottle, that'll work just as well. You want to be able to cut the bottom off. So what I did is I just got a blade and I just started cutting around the bottom, just like this. Cut the whole thing off completely. Just like that. Discard that, you don't want that. Now you have a perfect little greenhouse. But I don't know about you, I like things in my garden to look pretty, and this big crystal glacier tag on here doesn't look so pretty. So we're just gonna cut it off. She says with such confidence. I know, I could have used a little blade. I didn't. Now I'm happy because it's going to look pretty in my yard, in my garden. Okay, you have your 2 essentials done. Now you need your rose bush. When you go to your rose bush, obviously you are not allowed to really do this from roses that have been patented. So you want to be kind of careful. My rose bushes have been around so long. I planted them so many years ago. I honestly don't remember. So it's not that I'm trying to be deceptive here. I'm just using the rose bushes that are in my yard. You're going to want to go into that bush and you're going to want to get something from hardwood. This is hardwood. Can you see that? This I would not use. Look at how, ouch, look at how flimsy that is. I would not use this cutting, but I definitely would use this one. So what I did is I got a piece about this size. I cut the rose off, and if you want to watch my other video, I will show you. This is a red velvet rose that is so beautiful, and I'm preserving it right now. I did it this morning, and it'll take about 5 days, and then we will show you how you can get a perfect rose that's going to stay fresh for a very, very long time, like months to years, okay? So this, you can see, I can't even bend it. Can't even bend it. That is good wood right there. I went through and I extracted the rose thorns from it because I wanted to give it as much room as it could have in there. Every one of these little openings are going to be a way for the plant either to get moisture or to begin to develop a root or whatever it's going to do. Removing the thorns is very easy. Thorns, if you go in this way, are going to hurt you, but if you push it to the side, that wasn't even a thorn. Let me find a thorn. What did I do? Did I take all of them off? No. Here's a thorn. You take that thorn and you push it to the side and they just pop off, just like that. Very easy to do. Very, very easy. So they're gone. Now you have little wounds in there. Now I don't want one this big or this long, but I do want some leaves on it. So I am going to cut this right about here. I have two that are about the same size. I don't need this many leaves on it, and it's going to intrude in my bottle. So I think I'm just going to cut like that much off. And I'll probably cut a little bit of this leaf off and this leaf. Okay, there. Now we want to treat the stem. And what you want to do is just take your little blade here and just kind of scrape it. You just want to just kind of roughen up that edge a little bit, just like this. All you're doing is you're just helping it get a little bit more moisture. Just like that. You see that? Very easy to do. Do it on both of them. Everybody gets equal time here. There. Can you take a look at that? Can you see how that has now been just kind of disturbed? All right. Now we're going to just stick it into our soil. I want the roots to develop away from each other if I can, because when we extract this in, I don't know how long it'll take, maybe 2 months, the least amount of interaction those roots have, the easier it's going to be for us to separate them. All right, so what you need is you need a root enhancer, and this is Clonex. This is a liquid root enhancer. You can get it in a powdered form as well. I like the liquid because I think it adheres to the stem so much better. So now what I'm going to do, cameraman, come over and show them this part here. I'm going to do a hole there, and I'm going to make a hole there. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to put the mixture on here and then shove it in, because I think I'm losing a lot of the root compound. So if I have a hole in there, I can then just dip it like this. You see that? Isn't that lovely? All righty. And I'm going to stick it into that hole and then just get around it. I will do the same again at an angle. You don't need to be there. Just dip it. And this Clonex, I don't remember how much it cost, but I know it wasn't very expensive, and it will do multiple cuttings. And I will just stick this in that hole and firm it up a little bit. There. Now you take your greenhouse and you set it in, just like that. I'm going to leave the top off of it. What it's going to do is it's going to create moisture in there. And you know that moisture is creating simply because it'll start to fog up on you. Now I just go in the very beginning, I just go in, I kind of just rub my finger along it like that, just to see if I've got moisture building. And if I do, fine. If I don't have any moisture building, after a couple of days, I'll take the lid and just put it on just very lightly until it starts absorbing that moisture inside. You just created a greenhouse is all you really did here, and it is going to be very effective for you. Now then, as the moisture starts, I just take this off. I leave it on the side of the bottle in case I'm going to need it down the road. Now this I will put out into the garden. I'm going to put it on the north side of our home. or it's going to have light, but it's not going to have direct sunlight. And it'll be bright, but it won't be burning down like we are in Southern California. We can get some pretty hot days over here. As this is progressing, your leaves may turn brown and they may fall off. That is not a problem. Do not just throw your whole project away. Just keep waiting. Wait 6 to 8 weeks. Hopefully you will see some roots starting to come out from the bottom. But after 6, 8, 10 weeks, if you haven't seen the roots come out from the bottom, that's okay. I will take this off, whether I have leaves or not, I don't care, and then start just moving the dirt away, and we should have quite a few leaves in there, or quite a few roots in there. Now, I am going to not be able to show you a progression of this because there's really nothing to show you until we extract that. But once we do, and we have got a good root on there, we are on our way to beautiful roses. Right now, cameraman and I are propagating 8 bushes, 8 rose bushes from our own roses, the roses that we absolutely love. So, with that being said, give it a try. It costs almost nothing. Be sure you get the good soil. This is important. Don't get any soil just from your garden because it's not porous enough. So go ahead and invest, get a little bit of potting soil, a little bit of perlite, 2-to-1 soil to perlite, moisten it, do your cuttings, and just be patient. So I will be back when ours are ready to come out and I will show you what we have. So until then, thank you so much for coming. Please subscribe. I would love to have you come back. We do a lot of kitchen, a lot of cooking, and we have some phenomenal recipes up there. But I love having you with me in all of the projects that we do. I really love having you here. So come back and we will show you this in several weeks. Bye. We love our roses. We love our roses, and we have so many, and with being able to propagate them, I think we're going to have so many more beautiful varieties. Thank you.
In a world, we can do it again.